What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 121. And we start today's episode off with some player training and some bonus player training. Some extra player training for you today. As you see, Farao has now hit 81 overall. And also the injury details for Nicolo Zaniolo, who of course went down in the big win away at the San Siro against Inter Milan. Thankfully, it's just a bruised elbow for the skipper. He's only going to be out for a few days, and he will be okay to play our next game at the start of January. And I'm really relieved about that as well, because Zaniolo this season has been absolutely fantastic. The captain has chipped in with 8 goals and 3 assists in 16 Serie A games, averaging a goal every 2 games. And I really feel this season Zaniolo has elevated his game to a whole new level, and it's exactly what we needed as well. With all due respect to the captain, last season he wasn't terrible, but let's be honest here, he wasn't great. But in that Coppa Italia final against Inter Milan, the big 4-0 victory we had last season, he put in a man-of-the-match display, and we saw what he was capable of. So in the summer, he worked hard on his game in training and knew that this season he had to be better if he wanted to hold that armband and hold more trophies as well. So what a performance from Zaniolo this season. 8 goals in 16 games. He's been superb, and long may it continue. Thankfully, he'll be okay for our very next game. Still following that, we entered January. The transfer window is now open after we've brought 2 youth players who forced my hand a little bit, saying they were going to terminate their deals. The transfer window is now open. Absolutely delighted about that, so we can start making some moves in January if we wish to do so, as you look at our fixtures for the first month of 2025. How old am I going to be in 2025? Oh god, I'll be in my 30s, obviously. 30, are we 32 going on 33. Oh god. But look at our fixtures for January anyway. We've got Udinese, Hellas Verona, Sassuolo in the Cup, that's a home game, then Torino at home, and Jason Sampdoria away in the Serie A. Wrap up the month of January. And look at league table as well. Whilst the transfer window is now open, I don't know why we need to make changes really. We're top of the table with 15 wins in 16 games, 7 points clear of Fiorentina in second place, and 8 clear of Milan and Juventus in third and fourth place respectively. We're the highest scorers in the Serie A as well. We currently have the highest scorer in our team right now, Ivan Toney, with 19 goals in 16 games, going for his 4th straight golden boot in a major European league. And as things stand right now, I don't want to jinx things, but he's on course to have another 40-plus goal season at this rate. Plus, he's also top of the assist charts with Orsolini right behind him as well. Paul Lopez is the clean sheet leader as well. I mean, right now it's just Roma dominance in the Serie A. We've been ruthless, we've been rampant this season, and as things stand, it's all coming up Millhouse for the boys at the Stadio Olimpico. Still following that, we have a look at our squad as well, so you can see in depth what our players have been doing this season. Ollie Shaw, by the way, I've talked about him briefly this season. I think Shaw this year is probably having his best season in professional football. If not, definitely up there. 7 assists in 16 games in the Serie A, plus 11 clean sheets as well. He's been solid at the back, but also in going forward, it's been a real handful. He didn't have 7 assists all season long last season. He's got 7 in 16 this year. That's almost 1 every 2 games. Ollie's been fantastic this year. He's been really, really good. As you can see as well, Tonali's done well this season. 4 goals and 6 assists in 18 games in all competitions. Really nice to see there for the boy who, of course, last season had that ruptured ACL. Orsolini's got 7 goals and 10 assists in the Serie A right now. Zaniolo, as we know, has been superb this season in the Serie A, averaging a goal every 2 games. And, of course, the main man, Ivan Toney, our player of the season so far, with 19 goals in 16 games and 16, as you want to say that again, 16 assists as well in the Serie A. What a season this year for Ivan Toney, who has elevated his game and become the complete forward this year. Still following that, we had an absolutely massive transfer offer. Just 4 days into the January window, Paris Saint-Germain put in a huge bid for Farao of £78.6 million. And as we know this season, our 27-year-old, now 88 rated, has lost his place in the first 11 to Emmanuel Aya. He's only played, I think it's 6 games in the Serie A this season. He's not played that many times because Aya has stepped in and has been superb. He's lost his place to the young man, but 88 rated is still a fantastic centre-back. That's why Paris Saint-Germain want to take him to the Parc des Princes, and for 78.6 million, I think it is, that's certainly worth considering. As, oh god, I was so frustrated excited about this. Sheffield United have sold Eze. No, Blades, what are you doing? Why are you selling all the core pieces that we put together whilst we were at Bramall Lane? I mean, that's why they're struggling. They keep selling their best players. Anyway, either way, that bid for Farao is absolutely huge and certainly worth considering. However, I decided to stall it for now because Aya's been amazing this season, but if he goes down, having Farao to step in at 88 rated, that's a very competent backup right there. I guess we'll just have to wait and think about it. Still, for the first game of 2 in today's episode, we will take on Udinese here at the Stadio Olimpico, coming on the back of our absolutely huge 4-0 thumping victory away at the San Siro against Inter Milan. And starting the calendar year off right now, top of the Serie A with 15 wins in 16 games. Our game this season has been built on high-powered offense, and that's why it wasn't much of a surprise to see straight away in this game, just a few minutes in, we would take the lead through the shocker, getting goal number 20 for the Serie A season. And what a surprise, the boys to celebrate together, Ricardo and Ivan. What a love story these two guys have got, man. They are such a great bromance. So, our number 9 scores in minute number 9, goal number 20, and again, as things stand, I don't want to jinx it, but he's on course for another 40-plus goal season. Still, 10 minutes later, Riccardo Orsolini almost became the chosen one there, scoring our first free kick goal of the series, hitting the post. Twice we've hit the post from free kicks this season. I believe it's going to happen this season. We're getting so close. We hit the post through Fernandez earlier on in the campaign away against Sassuolo. Orsolini striking the woodwork there as it's still 1-0. We're getting close. We're getting very close, and I believe we're going to get one this season. But it was still 1-0. We'd had so many chances in the first half, though, and should have been leading by 2 or 3 goals already. But in the second half, just past the hour mark, golden chance to make it 2, and once again it's those boys again, Riccardo Orsolini to Ivan Toney, and Riccardo was saying to Ivan, mate, you can take the golden boot, just let me be the top assist maker in the Serie A, yeah? Don't be greedy and have that as well. Lovely through ball by Orsolini, sets up Toney for the second time in the game. It's Roma 2, Udinese 0, and just past the hour mark, I did decide to bring on Farao so the fans could see him for perhaps one final time, because after another brilliant performance when going forward, but also at the back where Emmanuel Aya, who has stepped in this season after signing from Spal on transfer deadline day, picks up another clean sheet for the boys in the back line. I can count the amount of games on one hand where we've conceded a goal where Aya's been part of our back four. I realised that Farao at 88 rated, 27 years old, in the prime of his life, at the peak of his career, should not be confined to the bench. He deserves to be a starter at a major European club. He should not be a bench warmer. So I thought, you know what? It's only fair for Farao that he gets a fresh start elsewhere, knowing he's lost his place to Aya and he's probably not going to get it back. So I said to PSG, do you know what? I thought about it over the weekend. Come to my office. Let's negotiate. Let's see if we can work out a deal here for our Portuguese centre-half. Now, you say £78.6 million. That's way over his valuation. I appreciate the initial offer, but let's be honest here, this guy last season was one of the best centre-backs in the Serie A. Give me more money, and then they offered less money, which I thought was ridiculous, but either way, we offered once again a second negotiation. I said, don't piss me about or you can get back on the plane to France. Give me 105 million for him and you can take him. And PSG said, alright, do you know what, fair enough, we were a little bit cheeky there, but we'll make up for it now and give you the cash. I don't understand that second offer there. Yes, I know they put in that 1% sell-on clause, but believe me, that was not enough to tempt me. But either way, £105 million, a massive £105 million transfer offer for our Portuguese centre-half. And, you know, Farao last season was absolutely amazing until he broke his toe towards the end of the campaign and missed our remaining fixtures. This season, he started the season a little bit shaky, lost his place to Aya, hasn't been able to get it back. And again, I just think it's fair that he gets a start elsewhere, fresh start elsewhere, perhaps in a foreign country, like he's going to get in France. And as you can see, as I advance through the calendar towards the Hellas Verona game, we see the news email there in the bottom left. Farao has been sold for a massive £105 million. And I really feel that's a good deal for all parties there. It's a great deal for us to raise a massive amount of money, £105 million for Farao. That's a fantastic sale for us, but it's great for Farao as well, because he gets a fresh start at a major European club and a big payday as well. But it's also great for PSG, because they're getting an amazing centre-half who last season was one of the best in the Serie A. As you see the Blades here sign Reece James to replace Jadon Bogle. So yeah, I think that's a great deal for all parties there. Farao gets a fresh start, PSG get an amazing centre-back, centre-back, and we get a load of money, £105 million coming in to our transfer budget. So farewell to Farao, no hard feelings towards him. He'll always have a place here at Roma in the Stadio Olimpico in the stands if he wants one. He's a great player, he's a great lad, and he gets a fresh start away at the Parc des Princes, and hopefully he'll do well there. But still, £85 million in our transfer budget right now, and there was me just a couple episodes ago saying, I don't think we'll do anything in the January transfer window. Bang! Massive £105 million sale for Farao, our 88 rated centre-half, but I don't think we'll miss him. I really don't. You know, Ron McNolly, as you see there, and Ira have had a fantastic partnership at the back this season. We've got Mancini, who can now sit on the bench as well. He was competent last season too. I don't think we'll miss him. I think it's a good sale for us, and we'll look to reinvest in a new player in this January window. Still, for our second and final game of today's episode, travelling away from home to take on Hellas Verona without Farao for the first time since I've taken over. Looking to extend our lead at the top of the table and pick up yet another win here. And Nicolo Zaniolo gets our first goal of the game, makes it 1-0 and sets up our second. And what a goal it was. 90 minutes in, Roma 2 goals up, and Riccardo Orsolini, I love this guy to pieces. What a goal from our number 11. It's a contender for goal of this season. Nicolo gets around his man with a heel-to-heel flick, rolls it to Riccardo, who takes one touch, gets it out of his feet, and on his preferred left foot from 25 yards, says to the goalkeeper, you can see this one, but you're not going to get anything on it. What a strike from Riccardo. Absolutely glorious. And, you know, this season we scored quite a few goals from outside of the area. With the Blades, we were barely able to score any, but this season Fernandes has scored one, Wan-Bissaka scored one, Riccardo scored a lovely one there. It's Hellas Verona 0, Roma 2, and it will soon become 3-0, 27 minutes in. Nice run by Fernandes, nice little through ball, Tony with the finish, 3-0 to Roma, and in this game, there was no change to our philosophy. We continue to stay in attack mode, look for more goals, and with 2 minutes to go in the half, Tony got his second and made it 4. Hellas Verona 0, Roma 4, and when you look at this team here, yes, we've lost Farao, yes, he was a great player for us, but I honestly don't think we're going to miss him too much. This is a fantastic Roma side, and even without the Portuguese centre-half, I think we'll be totally fine. So 4-0 Roma, and his stoppage time in the first half, this was just terrible from Hellas Verona here. There were so many white shirts coming forward, and they didn't know what to do, so in the end they just left Ivan Toney alone, and after the ball roll, I was waiting for him to come across. I could cut it back to Moise Keane, who was arriving in support, and in the end, I thought, well, if you give me space, I'll just smack it in. Tony does just that, makes it 5-0 to Roma. Absolutely dominant first half from the visitors. 5 shots, 5 on target, and 5 goals on our way to a big thumping 5-1 victory. Hellas Verona did bag a consolation goal in stoppage time towards the end of the game, but I didn't really mind too much that our clean sheet had gone, because Ivan Toney picks up yet another match ball, I believe his 5th of the season, in a big thumping 5-1 victory that extends our win streak, extends our lead at the top of the table, and means that we've scored in 18 games 59 goals. We are a different Roma team this season, and I'm absolutely loving it. But that was this episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you. Fortunately, we have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and do not miss the next episode of Career Mode with more massive transfer business. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you for the next episode, an unmissable one, very soon.